So, if you've been living under a rock, the Daredevil series from Netflix that got cancelled has gotten a revival by Disney Plus, and it has a new title going under Daredevil Born Again. I know it makes way too much sense to title a series revival for Daredevil Born Again, but I found it kind of funny how they did the events of that graphic novel in season 3, but they're calling this season Born Again. I just think it's kind of fun. Before I continue, I just want to give a spoiler warning because I'm going to talk about some leaked set photos and some plot info. The hype for the show has been pretty rampant over the last 2 years since it got announced back in July 2022. Initially, it was going to be mad different from the Netflix series because it was going to have 18 episodes, a lighter tone, and a more episodic structure. And also the tiny fact that none of the original cast was coming back. That's goddamn right. They were gonna revive this show, but only bring back Charlie Cox and John Bernthal. I didn't mention Vincent D'Onofrio because he already showed up in Hawkeye and Echo. You're probably wondering okay, what else besides this makes you think that Marvel is gonna fumble the out of this revival? Let's get into that right now. So let's go back to when the show first went through its creative overhaul. Back in I want to say October 2023, Marvel found out that the showrunners and writers at the time, keep that in mind, crafted a courtroom drama story that happened to feature Daredevil instead of a action-based crime story set in New York where Daredevil was the main character. And apparently Charlie Cox wasn't even going to be in costume until episode 4. How, bruh? Marvel found out about this and were like, oh nah, y'all are fired. Kevin Feige was like, oh no, we are doing this all over again. And Charlie and Vincent, they also both went on record saying that the fans were part of the reason why they also decided to redo the whole show. So when they did this whole restructuring, they made a completely new pilot and reorganized what they had already done previously to try to make it feel more like the Netflix show. So it's now a direct continuation of the Netflix series taking place 5 years after the events of season 3. The cause for concern here is the limitation of this restructuring. According to sources online, out of the 9 episodes they filmed, they are keeping 6 of the 9 episodes that were filmed before the show got overhauled. The new showrunner they got in, I'm so sorry if I pronounced this wrong, Dario Scardapane, he only wrote 3 new episodes, including the pilot they completely redid. What this sounds to me is that they're trying to merge the show that did not work with this new one and try to make it better somehow. Also, it makes you think that if they're bringing back Karen and Foggy, is it going to feel like they're being crammed into the story instead of having a natural presence in what's going on? This is the part with spoilers, so watch out. Oh my god, Randy Orton. So if you go and watch the most recent trailer that's been released for the show, you'll see Karen and Foggy walking with Matt. It's nice, right? We see Karen again standing in a door, like a door, something like that. But don't you wish we got to see more of them in the trailer? Well, too bad, because Foggy is dead. Oh my god. Yep, damn right. Bullseye comes out of nowhere. Randy Orton just lays out Foggy. In the trailer, we see someone getting wheeled off in a stretcher. So maybe that's Foggy, but you see what I'm saying? What kind of is this? Are you gonna bring back 2 of the most beloved characters from the previous show and you're gonna kill one of them in the pilot? Are you serious? And if that wasn't bad enough, it looks like the other one is only gonna have 5 minutes of screen time. What the hell? I should mention that Bullseye, Mr. Dex, he was a product of this overhaul, so expect him to be in the show for 2 seconds, man. I'm willing to bet my house that every single story thread that was left hanging from season 3 gets wrapped up in this show pilot. There's no way it doesn't. You're telling me that they're gonna mix in these previous story threads with Muse, Kingpin, and the Devil's Reign arc? Are you serious? Well, actually, I don't know if they're going balls to the wall with Devil's Reign. Kingpin is running for mayor, but that's about it. I don't know how far they're going with that. So the optimist in me would be okay, you think that, okay, damn, this show has gone through so much, hopefully it'll work out because of these new showrunners. But bro, I'd have to stop myself right there because these boys aren't instilling any faith in me, man. Yo, I am not saying this dude's full name again and again, so I'm just gonna call him Dario. This dude has just been going on a rampage of saying that will lower your optimism for this show so much. Okay, here we have Exhibit A in an interview with SFX magazine. He says that this new show has a lot less navel gazing than before and goes on to say that Oh, I just didn't want to hear characters grousing about their lives. Bro, huh? What? My boy clearly did not watch the original show because the navel gazing was such a really big part of why it was so good. Some of the show's most fantastic moments happened as a result of this. Matt and Foggy talking in their apartment. Matt and Frank talking on the rooftop. If we're getting less of this, then we are cooked. Let's move on to Exhibit B. So in the same interview, he goes on to compare the show to The Penguin. He says that, okay, we're even more grounded, even less stylized. Brother, how bad are you missing the plot? This guy continues to confuse the shit out of me because how are you getting more grounded than before? Like, Daredevil was already the most grounded thing we had in the MCU, and you're telling me it's gonna go even further? Bro, how? And even less stylized. Oh my god, bro. What does he have against making Daredevil and his surroundings look cool as f***? The Netflix show did it, why can't you, bro? What is the matter with you? This is the last thing, because I'm getting just tight just talking about this shit, bro. In the same interview, here we have Exhibit C. He talks about and I quote, a batshit insane action sequence that is way farther than anything they did prior. Bro, to me, it kind of just sounds like he's trying to gas it up, because I don't know if he was paying attention, but me, the original show was already like crazy violent. Like, two of the scenes that come to mind immediately are the scene where Fisk bashes that that guy's head in with the door. He's like, you just fuck him up. And then the other scene where it's like this guy just drives his head through like a piece of jagged metal. Like, my god, like, violence is fine. Like, you know, if it serves the story you're trying to tell and it's not like, alright, bro, you know. But we're not trying to get to the point where it gets gratuitous and like just ew. If the show ends up being fine, I'll come out and admit it. But right now, it's not looking too good for Daredevil.